Hey everybody, this is Deb with Truthification Chronicles, and this came out on April 10th. I just didn't get to it in the last couple days, but I wanted to share it with you because this is from really Jim Jordan, who is the ranking minority member of the Committee on Oversight and Reform, and also Mark Meadows. And so I wanted to share this with you because this is a letter to Dan Coats, who is currently the Director of National Intelligence. Now, you know that he's not been in favor lately, and I think part of the reason is because of this letter, that he's been at the heart of some of these redactions and the slow walking of some of these materials. Now, I don't know. Okay, Dan Coats is from Indiana. I used to think he was a good guy, but over the last several years, I don't know, I had questions. When he became the DNI, it kind of made me wonder, I'm not so sure that he should be in that position. So I don't know at this point. I think he may be possibly the person that is keeping some of these things from coming out. I'm not sure, but that's a possibility. So anyway, let me read this letter to you, and I think you'll get more of a feel for it. Dear Mr. Director, on September 28, 2018, the House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence, and that's a big long word, so HPSCI, voted to publicly release 53 transcripts of witness interviews that the HPSCI conducted during its investigation into Russia's interference in the 2016 presidential election. In preparation for this public disclosure, HPSCI transmitted the transcripts to the Office of the Director of National Intelligence, ODNI, for a classification review. As it has now been over 6 months since these actions, we write to seek an update on the status of ODNI's classification review of these 53 transcripts. Disclosure of HPSCI's transcripts with appropriate protections for classified information is particularly relevant now that Special Counsel Robert Mueller has completed his investigation of Russian interference in the 2016 presidential election. The Special Counsel found that no member or associate of Trump campaign conspired with the Russian government. As the Justice Department prepares the Special Counsel's report for public disclosure, full transparency demands the public disclosure of HPSCI's witness interviews on the same subject matter. Disclosure of these transcripts will also advance our ongoing oversight of the Justice Department and Federal Bureau of Investigation. During the 115th Congress, the House Committees on Oversight and Government Reform and Judiciary initiated an investigation of the FBI's and the Justice Department's actions into major investigations affecting the 2016 presidential election. We continue to examine whether Justice Department and FBI personnel deviated from apolitical prosecutorial and investigative norms during these investigations. The disclosure of the HPSCI transcripts for former FBI Deputy Director Andrew McCabe, former Deputy Attorney General Sally Yates, and former Director of National Intelligence James Clapper, among others, will advance our oversight. I bet those 3 are probably on his list of criminal referrals, don't you think? I don't know. It's very interesting to speculate who all they were naming, but I'm kind of thinking those 3 might be kind of important. In March 2018, HPSCI issued a report finding that the Trump campaign did not coordinate with the Russian government to interfere with the 2016 presidential election. HPSCI sought to advance public transparency on this matter by publicly releasing its transcripts following ODNI's classification review. Now remember, that was back in March of 2018. This is 2019. Yeah, a year ago is when the House issued that report saying, we found nothing. But of course, that wasn't good enough. Then Chairman Devin Nunes estimated about 70 to 80% of the information from the interviews is unclassified and signaled that the ODNI could complete its review in a matter of weeks. Chairman Nunes expected ODNI could complete its review promptly because there's so much that's out there that's misinformation or disinformation on this Russiagate fiasco. With the findings by the special counsel that no associate of President Trump's campaign coordinated with Russia to interfere with the 2016 presidential election, we see no further reason to delay. Prompt declassification of HPSCI's transcripts will advance our committee's oversight responsibilities and provide the American public with important transparency. To that end, we ask, 1, when will ODNI complete its classification review of all 53 HPSCI transcripts? 2, How many of the 53 transcripts have been reviewed to date? Good question. 3. Please explain why ODNI has spent over 6 months reviewing the HPSCI transcripts. If you have any questions, please contact us directly or ask your staff to contact committee staff, so forth. And it is signed by Jim Jordan and Mark Meadows. Now, one has to ask, why in the world, if the Democrats truly do care about transparency, why isn't Elijah Cummings' name on this document? Why didn't he sign the letter? Why didn't he ask for that information? Because they're not about transparency. They don't care if the true information gets out there. And that's what these transcripts will reveal. Okay? There are 53 transcripts that you and I have not seen, but Jim Jordan and Mark Meadows have. And this is why they're so adamant about it, because they know what those transcripts have in them. And they know, and Devin Nunes too, they all know, they've seen this stuff, and they know that as soon as it comes out, it's going to take care of the misinformation and the disinformation that's out there. That's what's going to happen. But of course, the Democrats aren't interested in that. They don't want the truth to really come out. So they're not going to sign their name to anything like this. But hey, isn't this what really should be happening? Release them, okay? Let us see them. What do you have to hide, Democrats? Huh? What you got to hide? So that's what I've got on this one. I just thought this was an interesting little letter there. I'll be also following what happens. I hope that somewhere along the line the ODNI ends up giving these out. But as things have happened in the past, it could very well require someone to have to be removed first. And if Dan Coates has to be removed, so be it. Like I said, years ago, I think he was a good guy. I think he was really working for the people. But, you know, after years of government service, the deep state gets their claws into you. And I'm not sure. I'm not saying that really has happened with him, but I'm thinking that right now. So I don't think he has our best interests at heart now. And I think Jim Jordan and Mark Meadows are really working for we the people. So that's what I've got on this one. I want to thank you for stopping by, and I'll see y'all later.